it was probably one of the worst nights of my life. If you know or been following my page, you know I have a French bulldog named Haven that is my service dog. Yesterday she wasn't acting right. She had like massive diarrhea and wasn't really moving much, so I rushed her to the emergency vet, or I rushed her to the vet, her like normal vet, and they like immediately knew something was really wrong. They like did some tests and her liver came back like extremely elevated, like like a sign of poisoning, and like her stomach intestines were all messed up. So they like immediately transferred her to the emergency vet, and I took her like right over there, and they like were waiting for her. They grabbed her right out of my hands and took her in the back, and a couple hours later they called and said that she wasn't doing well at all, and they had to like open her up. They couldn't figure out what was wrong on x-rays, so they had to open her up to look at her like internally, and like she had to go in now, and like her liver was still getting bad, so they took her in at like 3 a.m. and I got a call at like 7 from the vet, and he said that it was one of like the most difficult cases he's ever gotten, that they almost lost her multiple times throughout the surgery. They said that her blood pressure was like extremely fatal the entire time, and that like her heart actually almost stopped, and they had to perform like life-saving measures and give her like medication to make her heart beat again. And they took biopsy of her liver, and they said they opened her stomach and intestines and found like a bunch of cloth material from a stuffed animal, and a bunch of string. He said the string was all the way down, like really deep in her intestines, and that her intestines were so thin from all the trauma that like, you know, there was multiple times where they thought they actually like tore her intestines and stuff. So they ended up, like he said, it was like one of the most difficult surgeries. He said it was like at least a 9 out of 10, and he's like, I've been doing this for 20 years. And he said he doesn't even know how she made it through that, but she did. They got it out and they closed her up. And she is recovering now, but he said that there's still like a lot of complications going on, and that he's really scared because her intestines were so thin from the trauma that they could potentially rupture. So she's in the ICU right now, and we're just taking it like hour by hour. The material that was in her stomach was actually from what they said an indestructible Kong stuffed animal I got her for her birthday. It was supposed to be for like tough chewers like pit bulls and stuff, and she's a 15-pound Frenchie, and she ended up getting like the fin of the seahorse off, and it wasn't even like that much, and there was these long strings and like this toy, for whatever reason, like I feel like they want these dogs to like get sick and die, because why are you making toys like this? So I guess she ate some of that, and that's what did it. So I'm really struggling right now. I've set up a GoFundMe. It cost me like almost $10,000 just to keep her alive last night, and then this is just the beginning of a recovery. She's in the ICU for I don't know how long. So it's probably going to be like a $20,000 vet bill, and I'm a disabled veteran, so I can't work. I want a really fixed income. So I just spent my entire savings on trying to be a mom through IVF. So this is like really hard, but you know, she's worth it. She's my service dog, so I'll do whatever I can for her. But if you could just share, and if you can donate to her GoFundMe, the link is on my page and also in the captions. Thanks, guys.